Hey guys, what's up? It's Ashlyn here. So this is our April TBR. I apologize, it's a little late. We do have quite the few books to choose. I did do a number generator to pick these. So here's two off my bookshelves, two or three wrapped books. My boyfriend bought me a new book that I need to start, and then I have a bunch of library books. We're not even going to get into what I'm reading on Kindle right now. We're not going to get into a lot of things. So, to start off, we have Followers by Anna Davies. To tweet or not to tweet, what a deadly question. That's all I'm going to read on it. Then we have Natasha Preston's Only at Walmart exclusive content, The Party. This is the author of The Twin, The Lake, The Fear, The Island, The Haunting, and The Dare. So, I've read The Fear and The Dare, a little bit of The Twin. I need to read The Lake and The Island. There's also The Cellar, The Cabin, all of that. Everything starts with the. This one says, Are you invited? In the heart of the English countryside, Bessie and her closest friends gather at a remote castle for a secret party destined to make this the ultimate spring break. But when the first of them dies, the party takes a lethal turn. As the body count continues to rise, Bessie and her friends must contend with a deadly storm and trust issues brewing among the group, all while trapped inside with the killer. Okay, then we have the one my boyfriend bought me. He bought me two of them, actually. Which I guess I can pull really quick. I found it on audio, unfortunately. Okay, so I have Sarah Pembrow's Gone Tonight. Or Sarah Pekkanen. Pembrow, my bad. Sarah Pekkanen's Gone Tonight. I've been eyeballing this. It was literally $6.97 at Walmart, so I couldn't pass it up. Then he bought me Lisa Jackson's Tell Me. This is the most hated women in Savannah, Georgia is about to be set free. 20 years ago, Blondell Henry was convicted of murdering her eldest daughter, Amity, and wounding her two other children. The prosecution argued that beautiful, selfish Blondell wanted to be rid of them to be with her lover, but Blondell's son has now recanted his testimony and demolished the case in the process. Reporter Nikki Gillette is determined to get the truth, and not just for professional reasons. Amity was Nikki's childhood friend. The night she died, Amity begged Nikki to meet with her, insisting she had a secret to tell, but Nikki didn't go. Racked with guilt as Nikki digs for answers, her fiancé, Detective Pierce Reed, worries for her safety. Everyone involved seems to have secrets, and somehow the events of a tragic night connect to Nikki's own fractured family. So, sounds really fun and interesting. I love me a book that has a crime around it. Now, I'm kind of curious about these three. So, I picked a striped one, I picked a heart one, and I picked a silver one. I literally didn't even see them. They're behind a, like a curtain on my shelf. So I didn't even look at what I was grabbing. So I'm surprised I didn't get multiples. So the first one we have is, This Is Home by Lisa Duffy. Finding your place takes courage. 16-year-old Libby Winters lives in Paradise, a seaside town north of Boston that rarely lives up to its name. She and her father, Ben, a former soldier-turned-policeman, share the middle apartment in a triple-decker home, while Ben's two sisters occupy the top floor and look after Libby. When her father works nights, shuffling back and forth between apartments has Libby wishing for nothing more than a home of her very own. Quinn Ellis is at a crossroads when her husband John, who served a tour in Iraq with Bent, goes missing back at home with PTSD that he refuses to address. Quinn finds herself living in the first-floor apartment of the Winters' house. For Libby, the new tenant downstairs is an unwelcome guest, another body filling up her already crowded house. But soon enough, an unlikely friendship begins to blossom as Libby and Quinn start to redefine their understanding of family and home. So, there's that one. Then we have this heart one. This is... This is funny. People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Fun fact, I'm actually picked up Book Lovers by Emily Henry. And I almost got this from the library the other day. This is two best friends, 10 summer trips, one last chance to fall in love. Poppy and Alex, Alex and Poppy. They have nothing in common. She's a wild child. He wears khakis. She has an insatiable wanderlust. He prefers to stay home with the book. And somehow, ever since a fateful car share home from college many years ago, They are the very best of friends. For most of the year, they live far apart. She's in New York City and he's in their small hometown. But every summer for a decade, they have taken one glorious week of vacation together. Until 2 years ago, when they ruined everything, they haven't spoken since. Poppy has everything she should want, but she's stuck in a rut. When someone asks when she was last truly happy, she knows without a doubt that it was on that ill-fated final trip with Alex. And so she decides to convince her best friend to take one more vacation together, lay everything on the table, make it all right. Miraculously, he agrees. Now she has a week to fix everything. If only she can get around the one big truth that has always stood quietly in the middle of their seemingly perfect relationship. What could possibly go wrong? Bet you she has a thing for him. So, there's that one. And then the third one that we did is what? Oh gosh, I'm scared. Michelle Francis? Oh gosh. Hold on. It's like on the book. Hold on. The Temp. Wanted, assistant to provide maternity cover for high-powered TV producer. Must be bright, creative, with killer instincts. Emma would do anything to work for the woman who has the job she wants. Carrie is at the top of her game with a dream career, a baby on the way, and a handsome screenwriter husband. For Emma, with parents who don't understand her ambition and a serious misstep behind her, this temp position might be her last chance. So here are the 3 from my shelf that were wrapped. The 2 from my shelf that were number generated, the one he bought me, and now we have, you can't even see in there. There's a lot. There's what, 3, 4 actually, really? Oh yeah. This one is from the free section at the library. It's One Last Rainy Day, The Legacy of a Prince by Kate Stewart. So I didn't know what this one was really about, so I just picked it up because it's Kate Stewart. Says the key to his cage is, Dominic Keene doesn't want or need anything except his freedom. The key to his cage is tucked in the suit pocket of his overbearing, overprotective older brother, Tobias, the leader of a secret vigilante group Dominic helps govern. Their mission, destroy Roman Horner, and what better way to start than with their target's daughter. The problem is, the moment Cecilia Horner arrives in Triple Falls, plans and motivations change. For Dominic, she's a potent reminder that there's still good in the world. With Tobias away for the summer, things start to quickly heat up until she's not just a want, she's a need. With the Ravenhood's fate on Dom's shoulders, Cecilia becomes his only solace, and a light for his tortured soul, because he knows better than anyone that a choice is coming, and once the decision is made, there will be no coming back. So, interesting. Yeah, I found that at the library for free, and I was like, yep, that's fine. I also found What Alice Forgot by Lee and Morty, and Death on a Silver Platter by Joan Pierce. So, more books that I don't need. At the library, I found Alex Harlow and Bryn Weaver. She's Not Your Meek Little Lamb from Black Sheep. That's not the first thing. Serial killer, that's not the first thing you think when you meet Bria Brooks. She's reserved, polite, charming when she wants to be, but to delve a little deeper, she's cunning, brilliant, ruthless. Bria Brooks is not just a black sheep, she's a wolf, and she has her heart set on a very elusive prize, Karen Berger. Trouble is, she's not the only one. Dr. Elijah Kaplan is also on the hunt for the enigmatic leader of the Legio Agni cult. Karen Berger is a phantom, and Eli is keen on catching the ghost. What he doesn't need is a beautiful and brutal doctoral student haunting his steps, especially not one who seems so breakable, or who tempts him to bend every rule until it snaps, or who calls to each of his darkest desires. No, he does not need that at all. When the pursuit of their elusive prey pulls these two hunters together, they find that their demons might not be so different after all. But just like bodies in a bog, secrets have a way of surfacing, and the ones that Bria and Eli keep are the deadliest kind. As they draw closer to capturing their prize, can Bria and Eli harness their beasts before they destroy one another? Or will they learn that it's not what you'll do to win that matters, it's what you're willing to leave behind? I'm recording now. Okay, so the next thing I picked up from the library is The Sweetest Revenge by Lizzie Dent. It says, Amy is more than one disastrous night of drunken revenge on her boss or ex-boyfriend's Audie, the night that tanked her rising TV producer career and led to a hasty move to London for a fresh start. She has 30 years of awesomeness. Yeah, that's pretty cool. At least that's what Amy tells herself every morning before trekking to her mediocre job making trailers at a failing British TV channel. 2 years later, she's finally starting to believe it. Sparks are flying between her and Jake, her handsome new downstairs neighbor, and there's a competition at work that just might get her career back on track while bringing her and Jake even closer. But then, in a twisted turn of fate, the ex-boyfriend who wrecked her life is hired as her new boss, and past and present are about to epically, hilariously collide. This is on my TBR, so was Black Sheep, and these other ones are also on my TBR. Next we have Lola King's Beautiful Fiend. I actually found this on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm going to be returning this to the library so somebody else can get it that doesn't have a Kindle. When you were born on the north shore of the falls, that's where you stay. There is no way out, no fairy tale like escape, no hope. Our broken town has always been at war. 2 gangs fighting to take over the shithole we're all stuck in. I only know one girl who wants to leave this place. Me. I've always been a tough North Shore girl. Fighting is in my blood, survival in my DNA. But 2 years ago, Caden King broke me, and he has proof of it. Now he wants to blackmail me into doing a job for him. The kind that puts my chance of escaping the North Shore at risk. The kind that means betraying my own crew. He's on me at all times. His dangerous mind always working on ways to torment me further. Caden is wicked, unhinged. The North Shore Kings wear his name because of the vicious way his family have been leading their crew. Everyone always says there's no point in fighting him. He has that madness in him that blurs the line between right and wrong. Now he's got his hold on me, and I have nothing and no one to protect me from him. There's no way to win, no way to escape him. I'm left with no choice but to do exactly what I'm told.
I really don't.
Behave. My goodness.
You like this sweater?
I do. Not with those pants, though.
No, I'm trying to...
You have... Okay, and the last book I have is the Hellbent series, My Funny Demon Valentine by Aurora Asher. I have been seeing this book everywhere, and it looks very interesting, and my library got a copy of it, so, yeah. It says, Asmodeus, Prince of Hell, just wants to make music, jazz specifically. Unfortunately, he's a demon, and he's supposed to be evil. Clearly, for Ash, a career as a musician isn't exactly an option. Plus, he's cursed, sick of playing by the rules. Ash and his 3 brothers escape hell in search of freedom on Earth, but it's harder than they thought to keep their enemies off their tails. Yet everything changes for Ash when he meets a beautiful violinist who can see through his curse. No matter the risk, he has to have her. Evangeline Gregory is just your average human. She works at a jazz bar, plays gigs on weekends, and apparently hallucinates demons. At least that's what Eva tells herself when, moments after she meets the man of her dreams, she sees him shift into a 7-foot-tall monster. Not believing her own eyes, Eva decides to investigate and soon finds herself in the middle of a supernatural cluster F. But Ash isn't the only one keeping secrets, and a shocking truth will change Eva's life forever, or maybe just doom it. The path to love can be complete hell. So, I don't know. That one sounds interesting, I guess. I'm not really feeling it too much, but I could be wrong. I picked up a book that I didn't think I would really like the one time. I can't remember what it is. It was last year, and it actually wasn't that bad. So, maybe this will be like that. But that is everything I'm going to be reading this month. So, we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10... not including the books on my Kindle as well. So there's 10 books here. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!